Good morning, folks. It is the 25th of December 2024. It is Christmas morning, 0800, 8 o'clock a.m. Somebody up here with no lights on. Coming through the light right here. I'm going to take a little Christmas drive down through Kalamazoo this morning and see what it's like on Christmas morning. I would think it would be pretty deserted. We had our Christmas last night. I'm just lone wolfing it all day today. My daughter gave me a really cool PlayStation 4. Now, I had a PlayStation 2 up until about 2014, the end thereof. Never played anything again until I just received this one. And so I was up this morning connecting it, and she bought me 3 pretty cool games for it. A couple of military flying games. I like that. And so a little later today I'll be messing around with that. Old Boogie Records 773 right here. Someone has purchased that building and are completely redoing it. Looks really nice. All right, about to hit what's known as the main drag. Right here in downtown Kalamazoo, the Michigan Avenue stroll. Merry Christmas. And also Happy Hanukkah. They fall at the same time this year. We'll look at the menorah in just a minute. And of course you can see ahead the 3 lanes of traffic heading east. And then the bike lanes, there are a couple of those there on the right. Of course, these lanes heading east here now are going to turn into 2-way traffic coming up here, 2025. So, kind of interesting driving down here. See how that goes. Be right back. This is quite the area right here with the signs. The new building you see straight ahead right here. This used to be where the downtown city police department was, and the city jail. Took up that whole block right back there. And they raised it when they moved into the huge facility. It was the old downtown Crossroads Sears and Roebuck. The police department did. And the jail facility is all out at the county now. But yeah, they raised the old jail down here and turned it into a park for a couple of decades. And the city sold that property, and those nice high-end apartments, possibly condos too, are there. Okay, let's go right up here a second and take a look at the menorah. Okay, it's in place, and I believe tonight is the lighting of the first candle. I'm going to try to be here for that. I'll be right back. Of course, Kalamazoo Central Library right there on the right, where the museum used to be, and on that location, on that property, is where the Van Dusen Mansion used to stand. And they donated that beautiful mansion to the system as a museum, and it was the museum for years. And then it too was raised and the newer facility built. And then that was again completely renovated, as you can see, into what we have today. And when they moved the new museum down here a couple of blocks into its current location, one day they had moved the mummy. And so they had children here. There's the old courthouse right there. Children here in the city of Kalamazoo came and helped move the mummy that day into its new location. take a little walk down the old mall here a second. And see places here. See what the mall has to say. Straight ahead is the historic Peninsular building that has the large blue LED signboard on the roof. That had a fire this summer. I covered this past summer. Fire up on the roof. And it really got into that building, and of course the water damage and everything. It looks swell on the outside, but inside they're still working on it. Don't really know when they're going to open again. Okay, here's the mall. Christmas morning. Didn't really expect to see a whole lot going on down here, but it was worth a little cruise since down here in the area. And folks from this area remember the Kalamazoo Pedestrian Mall. We'll take it right down up here to the State Theater. Beautiful place. You got to look that up online, see what it looks like inside. And when you go there in person, I mean, man, it's just as like you're out in a Spanish courtyard watching under the stars, watching a performance. Anyways, the folks that have owned it for 40 years closed it a couple of weeks back and have canceled the shows that were upcoming and refunding money and so forth. And it is for sale, and it's right up here on your right-hand side. Thank you, fans, promoters, and partners. They've been there 100 years at the State Theater. It's for sale right across the street from the old Kalamazoo Gazette. Kalamazoo Gazette moved to Grand Rapids. I believe they were bought out by an entity there. And the building's condos now, very, very high end. Here we're looking at the Prangy building. Also historic. Right there in the corner was Panama Hattie. She had a shop there. Here's the Black Lives Matter street emblem. And now we're gonna go down here and take a really close look at how they're coming along with the new downtown arena. I've talked about that before in some videos, but there is nobody down here today, and I'll probably be able to get out and take a little closer look without being tapped on the shoulder, if you know what I mean. Right back. The old Lawrence Foundry, historic building, is protected, turned into Vermilion Furniture Company. Now, mixed use, and they're building a brand new hotel right behind it. Next to that facility we're just looking at was the old Masonic Temple, and that now is the Hilton. Turn the temple into a hotel. You go in there and see some very interesting markings and so forth on the walls, and little niches and so forth. If you know what to look for, a person would say, well, this used to be a Masonic Hall. Say, yeah, sure did. You have a good eye. All right, we'll pull up here ahead. Here is the property. One of Kalamazoo's older buildings, again downtown, with one of the murals that's decades old now. Sits right here behind the federal courthouse and post office. You can see this is very highly secured. The downtown post office. Back in the day, my dad would drive in here with me, and I'd go up on that dock and drop the mail in a big tub. All right, that's not done anymore. I'm gonna turn around right up here. Good parking spot. Be right back. Okay, here's the property. The streets have been removed. They removed 1, 2, They removed 3 streets there. That's the new Justice Center. The home hotel and facility, and right behind that's the Masonic Temple. That's now the downtown Hilton. And you can see the new construction of the new hotel right up here that's going on behind the old ironworks. But now this whole area here is certainly being excavated and totally prepared for this huge downtown arena. You can see the pile drivers back here in the background. Used to drive down piles for extra support. You can see some of the remnants, and they've left the old iron railings around the Arcadia Creek. You can see the Arcadia Creek right here. You go down in that, there's the creek. Okay, but they've covered it up. Okay, right there and across. And you can see again over here, they've left it open. You can, behind the dirt piles, I can see it. And it runs right up to here. Okay? Now that creek runs all the way into town and over to the festival site I've talked about before. Runs underground. It does come above ground. They have exposed it some years ago and improved it, made it really nice down by the museum and onwards. This all used to be underground, flowing the creek through a culvert, all covered up. That was an expensive project to put it where it was a year ago. Now we're going to see. This has to be reconfigured, and they're going to, I've seen the artist's conception of what this is going to look like in the creek right here. And it won't look like that unless they've changed their plans. All right, let's go down here and get one more little angle of this. Right back. Okay. Take a nice little slow go right here. Take a look right down the Arcadia. See the wrought iron railings. You can see the big green planters right here. Now you can see right down the Arcadia itself. I wish I could get over this wire, but I can't. That just is undoable right now. Starting to prepare the whole area. Looks like they're really working up here on this northeast corner first, and I worked their way back. Okay, folks, this is the corner of Cooley and Willard Street. This is where Cooley ends. It went right over Kalamazoo Avenue, and you can see the pile drivers in the background right there. Cooley Street used to cut right through the property that the arena is being built on. And of course they took that part of Cooley Street out. This is the only part that remains. About 50 feet of it this side of the tracks, and nothing left but this little section. That's Cooley Street. Okay, here's another angle or elevation of the property down here from Westnedge. This is the corner right here of Westnedge and Kalamazoo that funeral home was on right there. The Whitley Funeral Home. Here is what's left of Eleanor Street. It's gone. Cooley ran right straight through this property. Okay. And we're going to turn back here onto Water Street from Westnedge, where we were a little bit earlier. Okay. Quite the little tour there. I'll be right back. Okay, folks. Again, thank you for being with me this morning. Christmas morning. Down here overlooking the ghost signs of the Santa Wax building. And of course, right behind it here, the Wax Paper Company. Old historical buildings. Kitty corner from the new arena we were just looking at. Merry Christmas, everyone. Left the fedora at home today. Have it on the hat stretcher. Once in a while you have to do that with those fedoras. Thank you, each and every one, for watching my humble channel over this last year and a half. And all of the more than 1,500 subscribers. Again, I truly appreciate that. And thanks again. Thanks again for watching. Lord willing, we'll have a lot more of these shows over the next year. And a little better content from some larger cities here in the area too. Places that we're going to go together, myself for the first time in many of those areas. Okay. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah today. Happiest of holidays. It's almost New Year. Talk to you in the next one. See you then.